Hi, I'm Niall from GulfStream Boat Sales. Today we're taking a look around a Courier 970. It was built by Sasanka Yachts in 2007, and this is a one owner from New Example. It's got just over 675 hours on the engine and it's in fantastic condition. The boat's a round build design with a full length keel and it's a full displacement motor cruiser. It's extremely economical, it's very easy to manage and very easy to own really. It's perfect for a couple who are looking to maybe do some more extended cruising and they want to have a boat that's low maintenance and easy to keep. A lot of people that buy these boats tend to be downsizing from larger cruisers and looking for something that's lower maintenance, easier upkeep, easier to berth and manage, particularly if there's maybe just one or two people on board. And this Courier 970 is ideally suited to that task. Even though it's a compact package, it's just over 32 feet long and the beam is just under 10 feet. It crams an amazing amount of accommodation and practical living space into the boat, and it'll accommodate up to 8 people when necessary. You can sleep 8 people on board at a push, but it's more than comfortable for 1 or 2 couples. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a close look around the entire boat. We'll show you all the accommodation and the features on board, and hopefully you can get an idea whether this might be the right boat for you. The boat is currently on the hard and she's been fully prepped for sale. She's just had the hull fully compounded and polished. The anti-fouling paint has been renewed and the boat's been, the teak has been sanded down and oiled, and the boat's looking really well. The gel coat finish is fantastic. It's virtually unmarked. It's in very good condition the whole way around the boat. The teak rub rails and things again are in very good condition, and the hull bottom itself is pristine. At the stern of the boat we have this wraparound swim platform, which is it does extend the waterline length of the boat, so it helps with the sea keeping characteristics, but it also doubles up as a very convenient swim platform with a 4-step stainless steel boarding ladder. So if you are swimming off the boat, it's easy access to get on and off. We've got storage in underneath these sealed deck hatches here in this sort of platform extension, and we've also got an auxiliary engine bracket. So it's just for additional peace of mind, you can have an auxiliary engine. Something like a 6 horsepower or 10 horsepower would be ideal for pushing this boat. You can store it on the pad up at the cockpit level, and there's an additional, the bracket then rests on the swim platform whenever you're using the auxiliary engine. So if we take a walk around the hull here, you can see all the mooring gear, the fair leads and things are all in very good condition. A couple of little, like this is about the worst bit of a damage that I've found, just a small chip in the gel coat. But apart from that, it really is in very good condition. There's no signs of any impact damage or previous repairs or anything like that around the hull. It's in very good condition throughout. The hull bottom then as well, you can see the full length keel here very well, so that gives the boat a really good tracking and stability. Comes in really handy if you are cruising on inland waterways and in canals and things. We've got the single prop with a spare propeller inside, a nice big rudder there as well, and the anodes are in okay condition, but we can organise to have those replaced before the boat is delivered to our new owners. We'll also just quickly wanted to show you the port side of the boat as well. If anything, it's in better condition than the starboard side. I think the owners just to tie up on the starboard side, so there was some fender rub marks and things that we had to compound out, but the port side was in very good condition, even before it was compounded and polished. Again, you can see all the cleats are there, the rails are in really good condition. The actual Courier 970 lettering has got a little bit corroded, but the only thing that sort of lets down the appearance of the boat, I think. But apart from that, it is pristine, and if that's something that bothers you, they could be restored or replaced or whatever. The boat is currently on the hard. It's on the shores of Loch Earn in Fermanagh in Northern Ireland. It's really simple and straightforward to put the boat in the water if you want to have a sea trial and before purchase. and it's also well located for transport throughout Ireland or into the UK. It's easy access by road. There's full lifting facilities here on site, so all that can be easily taken care of. The foredeck is laid in teak, as are the side decks, as well as the cockpit floor. The teak's in good condition. We've got nice wide side decks up both the port and starboard side of the boat. We've got a really high guardrail that runs up along that side of the boat as well, so whenever you are moving forward, it's safe. We've also got additional handrails then fixed to the cabin roof all the way along. So it really is, it's a safe area. You can set up a couple of deck chairs here whenever you're anchored or in the harbour. It's a usable space, and we've got fender storage up here, fender storage baskets. We've got a large anchor locker here. We've got foot switches for the anchor windlass, and then we've got a little pulpit there as well. This boat has an aft cockpit design with a wraparound U-shaped seating all the way around the stern, which will easily accommodate sort of 5 adults. We've got a single helm seat then in front of quite a well appointed helm station, and then we've got really good visibility from here as well. The boat has a fixed hardtop. It's a little bit unusual, and it has a fixed hardtop which you can fully enclose with the camper canvas covers that are up at the minute. But in better weather you can take the covers down, and there is a small gap between the hardtop and the windscreen section there, so in nice weather you get a really pleasant sort of breeze through the wheelhouse. But equally in bad weather, because the hardtop is such a good design and comes down so low, you don't have acres of canvas to battle with whenever you're putting it up and taking it down. I think it really sets the boat off. I think it looks the part. The visibility is really surprising whenever you're in here. The screens are a good size. We've got twin wipers on that forward screen, and the visibility to the sides and the rear of the boat is excellent as well. In the camper covers are in perfect condition. They're maroon in colour to match the hull sides. We've got an opening section on both the port and starboard side, which give convenient access out onto the side decks for moving forward whenever you're mooring the boat, or for berthing, for accessing the boat whenever it's in the berth. Usually you will board the boat from the port and starboard sides, and we've got gaps in the guardrails for easy access. And we've also got an opening stern door there as well, so if you're swimming off the boat, you can get easy access out onto the swim platform at the stern. As I said, the helm position is really good. We've got a comfortable seat with foot rails for resting your feet. From a sitting position, I've got really clear visibility forward and also to the sides of the boat. In terms of the actual equipment on here, we've got a lovely mahogany and steel steering wheel. We've got our Yanmar engine instrumentation panel, which tells us the oil pressure, the temperature and the engine RPM. We've also got some switches for our 12 volt gear, navigation lights, windscreen wipers and things. I've got an anchor windlass switch. There's an electric anchor windlass on board the boat, which makes anchoring a dawdle. We've got a switch on the dash, and we've also got foot switches up on the bow, up beside the windlass as well. I've also got controls for our side power bow thruster. This is really invaluable on a boat of this length. It makes it really easy to bring the boat alongside, and it's a side power, so it's a top quality bow thruster. We've got a Navman VHF 7100 radio with a second station downstairs, and then we've got our throttle and shift controls here for the Yanmar shaft drive engine. One other thing I should point out is that the boat does have a Navman 8000 series multi-function chart plotter with a 2 kilowatt radar setup as well. So it's a really, the unit is off the boat at the minute. The owner has it for safekeeping, but it mounts there centrally. It's really easy to see, and it's a fantastic addition if you're planning on using the boat for coastal cruising. We've also got controls then for a remote spotlight, which is mounted just up on the hard top roof. So if you're coming into berth after dark, you can control your spotlight from the helm. The actual helm station itself is good. Everything falls easily to hand. The dash itself could probably do with being sanded down and re-varnished. It's just got slightly weathered over time. Everything here is operational as far as we can tell, but just that lets it down a little bit cosmetically, and we're aware of that. We've sort of taken account of these things whenever we've agreed an asking price with the owner, but if it's something that really bothers you, we can address it prior to sale. One thing I should point out is obviously we can't put the boat through its paces on the water because we're on the hard at the minute, but this boat is really well suited to both coastal and inland cruising. Because it's got a round bilge design with that full length keel, it's got really good seakeeping qualities. The tanks and things are mounted low in the keel as well, so the centre of gravity of the boat is very low, which means it's very comfortable whenever you're underway, even at displacement speeds. The current owners who've owned the boat from new have used the boat both in coastal waters and also inland waters. It was purchased in Ireland originally in 2007. It was September 2007 when the owners took delivery of the boat, and I think it spent 1 or 2 seasons on the north coast of Ireland. They then took the boat through the French canals and down to Spain, and that's where a lot of those hours were put up. Of the 675 hours, that journey was the majority of that. The boat performed faultlessly throughout that journey, and was a pleasure as far as I'm aware for the owners. The accommodation was great, and the boat had the seakeeping abilities to get them there comfortably and safely. So it really demonstrates how usable this boat is, and how much capability the designers have packed into a 32-foot hull. Access down into the cabin then is via this sliding perspex door. So that's lockable, but the fact it's perspex means that again it gives more natural light down in the cabin. So we'll go downstairs now and take a good look around the accommodation below decks. On the starboard side, whenever you come down into the cabin, we've got an entertainment unit here with a 12-volt TV DVD player, which is well positioned for whenever you're sitting at the table or relaxing on the saloon there. We've also got a decent little chart table area here, again with a filled edge and good handholds, and then we've got a large hanging locker underneath that with a spare propeller that the owner has in there at the minute. Just behind that then we've got access into the heads compartment. So just over a slight raised step to get in there. We've got a really well appointed head for this size of boat. It's got an electric flush toilet. It has pressurised hot and cold water. The tap there lifts out to double up as a shower head. We've got an opening port light there for added ventilation, and the entire heads compartment is fully lined and drains into a central sump for pumping overboard. We've got sockets in there as well, and a little cupboard underneath the sink unit. So I mean, you do have good elbow room in there. It's not too cramped. You can have proper showers on board, and again, it's perfect for a couple or two couples spending extended periods of time on the water. Also down here we've got a second handset for the Navman VHF 7100 radio. So again, it's conveniently located, particularly if you're doing chart work and things at the little chart table area there. You've got easy access to your radio. So if somebody's navigating downstairs while somebody's at the helm upstairs, means you still got access to the VHF. You'll notice as well we've got chunky handholds all the way throughout the boat. The designers have really thought about making sure that you can easily move around the boat whenever it's underway, and these big handrails definitely come in handy whenever for that purpose. Just by the cabin door here we've got our control panel for our 12 volt systems and lots of the bits and pieces of equipment on board. So this is our 12 volt control panel where you can switch on and off the individual circuits for lights and GPS and VHF radio and things. We've also got a battery voltage monitor for the triple battery. There's 3 batteries on board. We've got tank level monitors for both our water level and the waste tank level. Obviously the toilet empties into a waste tank, and then you've got a macerator for pumping overboard. We've got a Fusion stereo CD player here with speakers throughout the boat, and we've got our bilge pump control panels. Again, there's 3 bilge pumps on board just for added safety and with automatic and manual functions. This is our controller for the Eberspasher warm air heating. So it's a diesel heater, and it's fully programmable with a 7-day timer, so you can set it up to cycle on and off whenever you're away from the boat as well. This is our battery isolator switches here, and we've also got an auxiliary 12 volt outlet here for charging phones and things like that. So it's well appointed. Again, the quality of the installation is very good. There's easy access into the back of the panel and also to our fuse panels in there. Everything's nice and neatly clipped and routed, and we've also got our circuit breakers for the main shore power as well. Things like this as well, that like the owner has torches dotted throughout the boat. It's apparent from just looking around this boat that the owner has taken really good care of it. They've used it as a cruising boat, and they've looked after all the maintenance, and you know, you can just tell little touches like that. There's also other things dotted through the boat. There's notes in the owner's handbook of part numbers for impellers and things. All that's a really good, it really demonstrates that the owner has taken care of the boat, and they've you know, it's been their pride and joy. So it stands the next owners in good stead. You know, you can be safe in the knowledge that you're getting a boat that's been looked after and will be good to you over the coming years. While the galley area is fairly compact, it has everything you'd need for extended trips away. We've got quite a large stainless steel sink with pressurized hot and cold water. We've got a 2-burner gas hob, which is great for making meals on board, whether you're in the marina or away from shore power. We've also got a large Waco refrigerator. It's a dual voltage refrigerator, which is a really good size for this type of boat. We've got some additional storage then underneath the sink, and the countertop itself is filled. There's decent preparation area. Again, it's fairly compact, but it's perfect for preparing meals on board, and it's also you've got full standing headroom at the galley and really good visibility all the way around the boat. And we've also got this open and window for added ventilation. So it's a really pleasant place to prepare meals. Engine access on the boat is underneath the cabin entry steps. We've got an easy access panel for getting in here for your daily checks and just to keep an eye on things. There is a light in there in the engine bay. We've got an automatic fire extinguisher and things down in there. Between this access panel and also another easy access one at the back, you can check on the oil level. You can keep an eye on the raw water strainer. It's just at the back of the engine bay with an easy access hatch into it again. For more involved maintenance work, there are additional panels that you can remove from around the engine box to get good access for more in-depth servicing and things. But there's good soundproofing all the way throughout this box. It's fairly quiet underway. It's a 55 horsepower Yanmar diesel engine on a shaft drive, and it is incredibly economical. It's one of the things that the owner has said to me on numerous occasions is how economical this boat is. It really does require very little diesel to run the boat. Obviously it's a full displacement cruiser, so it's you'll not be doing any great speeds with the boat, but it's a capable cruiser. It'll happily cruise all day long, and it uses next to no fuel. This boat has a fantastic saloon area. It's a really versatile living space. and the designers have managed to really make the most of the space down here. So it's an open plan saloon. We've got a nice big table, fiddled edges that's movable with a couple of folding leaves, so you can move past it easily. You can easily sit 6 adults around the table here in the main saloon, and it's lovely and bright as well. Whenever you're standing up, moving around the galley and things, you've got clear visibility out of the boat, and it lets lots of natural light downstairs here. These couches also convert into small doubles on both port and starboard side of the cabin here. So this is your sort of occasional berths. You can accommodate up to 4 people in here, but we've also got a permanent double in the aft cabin and a double in the a V-berth double in the forward cabin as well, which are totally enclosed and separate, so you get good privacy there. But this is a great area for entertaining on board, for eating your meals, and also for accommodating occasional guests whenever you've got more people on board to stay. Access into the forward cabin is through this sliding door arrangement, which is running nicely, and then we've got a V-berth set up in there. So with the centre cushion removed, it gives you like a little bit of extra seating area up there, but you just make up the fuller cushion, and then you've got a full length double bed, which again is quite spacious. We've got overhead lights, and we've got high level storage compartments there, as well as additional storage underneath the berth itself. In that forward cabin, we've also got an opening deck hatch there, which is a great safety feature as well, so you can get out of the cabin if your main door gets jammed or blocked. Lots of lighting in this forward cabin. Reading lights above the head of the bed. Nice big deep storage bins there at a high level, and also we've got a shelving above that as well. So you've got more than enough storage space in here. We've also got access to our windlass circuit breaker, and also the battery isolator switch for the additional windlass battery up in the forward part of the hull. Coming into the aft cabin then, we've got standing headroom at the door. We've got the flooring the same as the wooden flooring throughout the cabin, and then we've got a nice big double bed with a couple of reading lights overhead, and we've got a heating outlet here, and also an opening port light for a bit of natural light and ventilation. So it's a good sized double, and we've also got really good service access from this cabin to the stern of the boat, to the steering gear, also underneath the floor to the stern gland, and in the forward bulkhead here gives access to the rear of the engine for service and checks and the water pump impeller and things like that. So it's a really good sized aft cabin, and it's got good privacy from the rest of the boat. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of the condition and the accommodation and the features of this Courier 970. As I said before, the boat was built in 2007. It had only one owner from new. It's just over 675 hours on the engine, and I think that it's a fantastic cruising boat for a couple to use, that they can easily manage with just 1 or 2 people on board, and that's also low upkeep and extremely economical to use. The boat is in extremely good condition. It's been well looked after by the current owners. It's just been anti-fouled and compounded and polished, ready for sale. It's had the teak has been sort of sanded and oiled. There's a few little bits and pieces that could be tidied up by the next owners, but by and large the boat is ready to just pop in the water and head off for a season's cruising. It's been priced really competitively. The owners are keen to sell, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have, or if you want additional photographs of any particular areas of the boat, or you want help with figuring out the best way and the most economical way to transport the boat to your destination, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Just give me a call or send me an email, or you can fill out our callback request form on this page below the video, and I'll come back to you at a time that's convenient for you. thank you for watching, and I hope to speak to you soon.